Okay, here I am again, doing my whatever. Um I was reading the articles and everything about all the states that are unquarantining. Is that it? I guess I don't know how you say that. Going back to work or whatever, and they're doing it down here too, on a very small scale, which I'll get to in a minute. Um, and I'm all for that, I guess. We have to get back to work. Kids are going crazy. I see it all the time, so I know what's going on. Uh, the more you keep them inside, the less people are going to pay attention to the restrictions when they do get outside. But the part that scares me the most about this whole deal is that if for some reason this thing mutates or comes back, maybe it can be transmitted by insects again or something, and it comes back stronger, which they say it just might do. The economy of the world economy, not just the U.S., the world economy could not take that jolt. It would put us back close to the Stone Age. What you would have is a new government formed by tech companies and pharmaceutical companies and idiots like the Trumpster and stuff, because that's all that's going to be left. It's so dangerous to think about it's coming back. I mean, I know we can't wait a year for the vaccine and stuff to come out. It's a real long time. The economies won't hold up that long, and I understand that. I know we have to do something, but the way they're going about it, where they're just saying, screw you, we're going out, and I've seen it. I mean, you look at the California beaches. They open the beaches up, and thousands of people store at the beaches. Same thing down in Jacksonville, Florida. Thousands of people. They're not staying 6 feet apart. That's not going to happen, What was it? I can't remember the name of the state. Might have been Texas. They're opening up the bars and the restaurants and everything. Oh, we're going to stay 6 feet apart. Yeah, right. You're going to have people standing in the line outside because they can't get in because you have to stay 6 feet apart? That's not going to happen. It's just like the trains. You got all the trains. They say every other seat down here. Yeah, that'll work real well for about a week, until you get enough people on the train. I mean, last time I rode a train, and especially during rush hour, it was like living in Japan or something. Man, the only thing they didn't do is have people outside shoving you inside. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's not safe, but that's what they do. So I don't know what's going on. And as I said, down here, they're opening up, and I'm real worried about that because I keep tally of the daily cases from the newspapers and whatnot, and they're not going down. If anything, they've gone up slightly since last week or 2 weeks ago. The daily count today was not today. Yesterday was 218. We have 5,500 and some odd cases down here now. When you had the beginning of the month, you had 906 cases. So, yeah. Things are. This hasn't peaked here yet, and they're opening everything up yet. It's a question of the practicality of the situation. In other words, you cannot stay closed. As much as we would like it, the people that are saying it are people like me. We're retired. We have pensions and whatnot. We don't have to worry about going to work. We don't have to worry about too much. But the people that have to go to work, the average person that lives paycheck to paycheck, $1,200 check that they got, or if they got it, I don't know whether everybody got it yet. But what's that good for? I mean, for me, it's a month's expenses. When I lived in New Jersey, it wouldn't even cover my rent. So what good is that? I mean, it's a stimulus package. Stimulus to do what? Go out and buy booze, drugs? It's not enough money to do anything with. And they think they're doing you this great big favor, and the favor's not going to do you any good. I mean, because let's face it, you want to go on welfare, you'd probably be better off, but you want to go on welfare. That's what they're asking you to do. You can't make money sitting at home. I mean, some people can. A lot of people are, and and if they're smart, they'll keep doing it afterwards. There's no reason to go to the office. You want to talk to people, big deal. I hear the music business is suffering because the concerts and whatnot. And I've seen just about everybody of the old rock and roll. Dylan, the Stones, everybody. I think I saw every major group except the Beatles. I saw the Doors, I saw the Bee Gees, I saw them all. And I mostly saw them, I think the biggest place I ever saw was, I did see somebody at Giant Stadium once. That was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. I paid a lot of money to go see, so I couldn't see. And I couldn't see anybody that was going on. I've had some really bad seats. Most of the time I go to the Madison Square Garden, I get good seats, and it's a fairly decent concert. Sound system's adequate and whatnot. But if I paid $15 to see the Rolling Stones back in the day, and I'm not going to pay $100 or $600 or whatever it is that they see them in Giant Stadium, where I can't even see the TV screens. And I might as well stay home. I have a better sound quality, I have a better picture, and I'll enjoy it more. It's like hockey. Hockey's a game that's made for television because it's so fast paced. You get to see all the instant replays, and every instant replay is made for that sport more than any other sport going. That's where it's at, because the sport is just too fast. Football, I'd almost rather go to a football game and sit up in the stands and watch the game. But I understand the game. Most people don't understand the game that well. Most people that go to the football games, actually, from what I've seen, they go more for the party and the social atmosphere than they actually go to see the game. And it's they gamble. They're all gamblers on that game. I sat in a section that it was like going to Las Vegas when I went to a Giant game one time. So I don't understand the desire to go back to that. The music industry can survive for hundreds of years doing, or not hundreds of years, I was saying, for many years. Rock and roll survived from the 50s on there, with concerts and movie theaters like the old theaters like the Apollo, the State in Jersey City. They did high schools and stuff like that. These bands came around. These bands started out playing in bar. Bruce Springsteen started out playing in a bar. They skipped that now. These bands skip that. They get an agent, pay some money, sell their souls, do some coke or whatever, and they're out there performing. Most of it's not live. That's the other thing about big concerts. You go watch a Beyonce or Madonna. They never get out. They're running around the stage all the time, and they never get out of breath. Come on, man. They're not even marathon runners get out of breath. That's just stupid to think they're going to sing and run around like that. It's not as tone perfect as they are. They can do it, but not as perfect as they are. So these are things that I'm not really, those are things that don't really concern me. I could care less if the music industry comes back or not, so long as I can, I listen to WDHA in New Jersey on the internet down here, so I don't need to. I can do that with a lot of stations. The Fan, several, most of the radio stations that I listened to when I was up there, I can listen to down here. I have music down here too. I don't like it, all of it, but some of it's good. Some of it I like. But so what's coming back now? I mean, the first thing they did down here was construction. The construction workers can come back, but they didn't come back today. They say they have to file for permits and everything like that. And it's all corruption. It's all politicians making money on the side. That really pisses me off. That a situation like this, you have. In Italy, you have the mafia making deals and taking over businesses and what have you. In America, you have politicians just taking money from everybody, every major corporation out there. They're taking money from us in the form of disaster relief, they call it. I mean, come on, those companies got enough in the bank. When you look at the profits Exxon making, we have to give them stimulus money? Come on, let's be serious, Tell the CEOs not to take a salary at $27 or $37 or $40 million a year, or a bonus at $27 million. That's sooner or later. I mean, this is what people wanted Trump for, and and he's not like that. He's just as bad as the rest of them are. He's making billions out of this. Every billionaire on the planet is getting richer. Jeff Bezos is at a site with Amazon because of this thing, because nobody can go to a store, so they're ordering like crazy from him, and he won't deliver down here. We're just cut off down here. We can't get anything from him. Couldn't get. No matter how much you want to pay, you can't get anything down here. So, this opening up and everything, as I said, this really, really scares me, because if it goes bad, if it comes back again, like they say it might, there's absolutely no cushion. There's nothing anybody can do. I mean, you're going to just see a lot of dead people, because they're not going to close again. They can't. People will not go back. That's the problem. I mean, social distancing isn't going to work. Wearing a mask is fine, but this is a touch virus. You get it on your hands. Okay, it can get in your eyes. It can come in through your ears, any opening, any cut on your body. Okay, so it's a dangerous disease. And I think what they're praying for, and what the Trumpsters praying for, is that it's like the SARS, that one day you wake up and it's gone, it just vanishes. And I hope they're right. I know Trump will stand up and jump up and down and say, "See, I was right. It's all I did. Everything that's right. It's my, I'm the one that deserves all the credit and everything like that." And it'll make me throw up when he does that. But that's the way he is. Takes credit for everything somebody else does. He's been very good at that his whole life. Took credit for his business acumen when his father made the deals. So he took credit for deals his father's made. And it's. That's just stupid. I mean, he has got no. He's not like a Roosevelt or a Truman or a Kennedy, who had to make very, very large, dramatic decisions, and was able to do it without going, well, maybe no. You know what? Try some bleach. I don't think any of these guys would do that. I don't know what they would do. I don't know what Churchill would do or anything like that. Churchill would definitely rally the people. But I don't know if any of these other guys could come up with a solution. But the point is, the problem that you have with this idiot is that he has no qualified people behind him. He's got one doctor. That's it. And he don't care, because he's got that presidential medical care. The doctor 10 feet behind him. What the hell does he care? Well, I think I've ranted enough for the day. And this room's about 90 degrees, so I'm gonna go take a cold shower. Ciao.